Nice. Hey everyone, welcome back to Harry and Seb Talks, a weekly show where we talk about the things that are going on about in our agency, life, and just generally what's been going on. Hello Seb, how are you?
Hey Harry, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too as well.
How's it going? It seems really sunny.
Yeah, it's lovely today actually. It's finally getting warm in the UK. We were talking to my colleague who works in South Africa today, and she was saying she was wearing hoodies and woolly hats, and I said, "Oh my God, it must be really cold in South Africa." She goes, "Yeah, it's about 20 degrees." And I said, "What the fuck? It's 18 degrees in the UK and we think it's hot. I'm wearing t-shirts and shorts, you know."
Yeah, that's the difference.
But yeah, being good. We're back from short break. You went on holiday as well to Barcelona, right?
Short break in Barcelona, exactly. Back to work. And yeah, today's session is about just to have a recap about our week. I mean, you told me already before we started what went on this week. Maybe you can just start with that. What was going on this week for you?
Sure. So for the people who are listening, I guess we did really well on TikTok, Seb. I was just telling you then, but I'll just pretend like I didn't tell you. That we put out a new type of video where it was a time lapse of myself making a website. And then so the way it worked, I found a brand on Instagram. I redesigned their homepage in 20 minutes or so, not very long.
Yeah.
Recorded the entire process, and then I did a voiceover over the top of it and put it on TikTok. Now, just for context, most of the videos we've been putting out at the moment, 200 to 400 views. We might get like 2 to 3 followers, and maybe like 20 likes, right? Put out this video last night. I woke up this morning. So where was I? So that morning when we woke up, the video had 190 likes. My fucking thing was spammed with people following us because it got picked up in the morning, not the evening. And we had some really good conversations with people. So I guess when Gary Vee says like document your work, don't just post about like your services, it really goes to show how well that does, because that's our best performing video that we've done on the platform yet. And now we're just going to keep trying that format.
How long are you on TikTok?
We've been on there for a month now. But you know that it took us a month to get to 93 followers, and it took us one video to get an extra 40.
It's insane. Yeah, but that's about different marketing channels. I guess you need to see what gets you the tractions that you want, and then keep on going with this. But I wouldn't say just focus on this. Also, maybe try other formats still. But this for sure, you know, it works, and you should do it.
Yeah, spam it almost.
Yeah.
So that's been us. And like I think TikTok, everybody says is like a really good platform to get on. You can get loads of growth, etc. And I guess the big thing for us is like picking one platform and just focusing on that at the moment. I know you guys you're doing quite a bit on Instagram, right?
Yeah, we are doing something on Instagram, but my priority is honestly LinkedIn, YouTube, and then TikTok, Instagram. I would put like the same, you know.
What are you guys posting on LinkedIn?
On LinkedIn might be some quotes that or some values that we resonate with, that resonates with our vision, some case studies, something that is relevant to our business.
That's nice. Cool. So essentially then like just having awareness on the platform, and then are you like pointing them to like landing pages or anything like that, or is it more just about like brand awareness at the moment?
First some brand awareness, you know. Sometimes also like when we write a blog article about something, then to send them to our RE7, but it's not exactly to get directly customers, it's more brand awareness, you know?
Mm-hmm. Is your strategy to get to build your social media channels to get business, or is it always gonna?
The idea is to increase our brand awareness, and through increasing the brand awareness, we will get some clients, you know, they have heard of us, they looked us up, and then they come to us and said, hey, I've seen you on YouTube, I've read some things from you on LinkedIn, I really like this stuff you posted, we want to work with you, you know?
Sure. If those clients are watching right now, please like and subscribe. Thanks.
Of course, always. Yeah, for example, now we have something really cool in progress. We preparing a Google case study together with Google. We prepare a case study for one of our clients where we had exceptional results according to Google. That's why they said, hey, we want to do a case study with you guys. And things like this we will boost probably then also on the networks. We just had a discussion with the press, so I also want to put this out in the press, because this is of course really good brand awareness for us.
For somebody, so I'm putting together case studies at the moment for our agency. I'm about to start. Do you have any tips in regards to what you would recommend to put into a case study?
I can send you a template. No, what's good? First of all, what we have done for us, we have case studies for different industries. So we have case study for industry, for automotive, for example. And you should be clear what you want to communicate. So first, like a little introduction, what was the problem that you had with the client, then the challenge, then your approach, your strategy, and then the result, and also some data like from when until when, so the period of time, the result, and for us, of course, we post some KPIs that are important for this business, the ROAS and so on. So these things we post there in this case study, so that they see what did we reach, you know.
I always see like some websites have like really long case studies, some literally just have a picture of the website that they made and that's it. And I guess trying to find that balance of like putting too much information in and like not putting enough in, right? But I guess results, the work you did, and maybe the client testimonial are like great pointers to start with.
The case study we are doing now with Google is one slide. One slide.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, it's crazy. I like to do a bit more slides, like 5 to 6, but easy to digest, you know.
I agree. Yeah. What else has been happening in your agency then, Seb, recently?
The personnel development plans are almost finished. So what I'm doing with the guys is like I'm having with them one-to-one. Beginning of the year, I know it's already May, but you know how the year starts. There are lots of things going up, and there's also a part where they have to fill out the things, and then after that you discuss with them, you fill out together. So this, what I've been doing with the guys, like to have the one-on-ones, to discuss the goals with them. This weekend we are going to have a team building event, so we're going in the climbing park. I think that's how you call it.
Like,
yeah,
like bouldering, or
no, it's not kind of bouldering, it's from tree to tree, so there are some obstacles in the way, and then you try to manage to get through them. Yeah,
so I'm just interested on that, like why is it important for you guys to do team building activities like that together?
I want that a team bonds together, and also to have some activities together, and outside of the business, outside of the office, and also enjoy, and also to give something back, like to go out with them in a nice restaurant, to have some activities. All the guys are young, so you know, to do something together.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We did something today on a whiteboard app. We did a drawing game, so you had to draw something that you would find under your bed, and each of us have a minute to do it. One of the guys drew a monster, because you can find monsters under your bed. But I think it really helps, because it builds, as you said, that like cohesiveness together where they feel more like they want to work together, right?
Yes, you need, I mean, especially when you work remotely, you should have something in order that the team works well together. And also to see, because you don't want that they build like little groups and they don't communicate to each other. So you need to have it ongoing, that they are involved in the activities and give them some tasks so that they have to work together, even if they don't work so much together. And for example, now I invited the two guys that are normally working remotely to the office. Like Gio was here for the entire week. Alex was supposed to come today, but he is sick. But they were supposed to come here. We do one day in the office and then having a team event together, so everybody meets everybody. Because we
Nice.
also had some new colleagues in the team that only saw them in Zoom, and it's different when you meet them in person, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. So, would you say that it's quite competitive in your team? Are you guys quite competitive when it comes to doing team activities, or do you work as a team?
I think we are, yeah, I would say we are quite competitive. I
Nice.
mean, we will work together in a team, but when it comes like to games and so on, I think we are quite competitive, including me.
Very nice. I think it's the same for us actually. We've yet to do any 1v1 games, but I think as soon as that comes, yeah, it will be interesting. I'm interested to ask you about icebreakers when it comes to like client engagements, because something that I've seen recently is when you do like a client workshop or something, doing icebreakers with the client to try and build like some familiarity or like some sort of like friendship, but like just kind of like making it a bit more relaxed between the client and the service provider. Do you guys do anything?
What have you done so far?
Yeah, nothing's as of yet. I've been looking at like even doing some of the drawing games with the client right at the beginning just to warm them up, you know.
I
In that
mean, what I
arena.
can tell you from not mainly with the clients, but with a team, when you get together as a new team or so on, you have in the kickoff workshop some games in order to get to know each other. This is of course something what you just mentioned with the whiteboard. Maybe that's something. What is always good is to have when you first come together like a normal introduction round. And maybe you say, please introduce yourself, your position, and tell us what your hobbies are, or tell us something they wouldn't expect from you. Something to break the ice, you know?
Sure.
Or tell us about a book you're reading right now, or which is not, I mean, then you can get some similarities when you say, oh, nice, I've read this book, you know?
Yeah, that's a nice idea
Or
actually.
hobby, I'm going to hike, I'm doing yoga. I'm also doing yoga. What type of yoga are you doing? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I love that. I guess it's important, right? Because like at the end of the day, we want the clients to not see us as this like entity, but like there's human beings behind the people who are providing the service to them. To
Yeah.
build some trust as well, I guess.
Yeah, and it makes it more personal, you know?
Mm.
Actually, I could also do this for us with our clients, you know?
I've been thinking about it a lot because when we do our workshops at the start, it just would be interesting to, like, before we jump into the meat of it, like just get everybody a bit relaxed somehow. Doing like a drawing game or the intro round like you did, and maybe you say like, what's your most embarrassing childhood memory or something, you know, because that's always a funny one to come up. Do you know yours, Sebastian?
Embarrassing. You can start.
Embarrassing. There is a photo of me that I always cringe at when I see in my book, wherever it is, of my childhood memories. My mother was very nice, and when we turned 18, she put a photo book together of photos of us throughout the years. And one year I decided to go into school with my face painted as a clown, my hair like red and stuff, and I wore underpants on the outside of my jeans for some bizarre
Do you
reason,
still
but
have this photo?
I do. I'm not getting it out right
Ah,
now.
damn it.
Maybe when I'm not feeling shy, I'll bring it on the next podcast. But yeah, so I think once you drop the serious tone in front of clients, then yeah, like you can all of a sudden become friends in a sense.
Nice. I'm just thinking what about me. I nothing specific comes now to
Comes
my
to mind.
mind.
Mm-mm.
I only know that they called me in the neighborhood when I was 3 years old, a little professor, because I had already classes, or I don't know, when I was 4 or 5, and I was always like kind of a smart ass. So they
That's
called me the little
brilliant.
professor or something.
I love that. That's really good. Really good.
Or did you had this in I don't know, but we had this that you had like at the hair, you had one thing a bit growing longer here with the hair.
Like
I don't know how
a
you
mullet.
call it.
A mullet, I
Yes,
think.
yes, and I was also coloring it in the colors of Bayern Munich in red and blue.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's an interesting one doing workshops like that with a client and stuff. So yeah, we've had some interesting developments on Discord as well, actually, in terms of sales.
Okay. So you're using Discord, you have your own group, or what do I have to imagine? How did you get on Discord and what groups did you join?
So to give some ideas behind it, I posted on a crypto one back in January. Would anybody like some help? I am a website designer, put my stuff up. We got a really big client from it, and because of that, I then also got a second lead, and I was like, okay, Discord seems a bit interesting. I'm gonna explore this and see if there's more to be had. So I went on Google and did some research. You can just type in like Discord servers and like in your niche. So for example, I'm looking at fashion and e-commerce. So went online, had a little look in there, and it's really interesting. Like you join some of these communities and they have 4,000 or 5,000 people in it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but nearly all of them, I would say a good 75% of them own an e-commerce store and are running some sort of brand. So you go in and you introduce yourself and you say what you do, and then like maybe you start answering some people's questions in Discord. And from that, I'll tell you now, I've had 1, 2, 3, I'd say 5 or 6 like one-on-one discussions with people about their brand and helping them solve problems, trying to just give value really. And it's a really interesting space that seems to be evolving. There are people now who are running, paid communities to join. And a lot of these people in here have got questions that, I'll be honest, Seb, like not a lot of people are answering, but if you can go in as an authority and start answering questions, then it can lead to some pretty interesting calls,
That's I think not lots of people do this for lead generation, but I think it's a really nice idea,
It's an interesting corner. So yeah, I would just suggest if any of you guys are listening and you're looking for work for your agency right now, like just think about out of the box. Everybody's on LinkedIn and everybody's on Twitter, but it doesn't seem to me like a lot of people are on Discord at the moment.
Yeah, because it's still like mainly used, I think, by the cryptocurrencies and NFT guys.
And gaming.
And gaming, of course, gaming, yeah, esports and so on. Yeah, I think, and if it works, I mean, why not?
It's an interesting space.
Yeah. And
yeah,
it's like something new. I haven't heard that somebody did this. I mean, for NFTs and so on, I know you get NFTs and so on via this network, but to get clients for web design from it, why not? Really
interesting,
cool.
right?
Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
And I think the norms of business are being like pulled down as well, because I was talking to a guy on there and he said like, oh hey, can you answer that? Can we jump on a call? Can you answer a question in 5 minutes, you know, etc. And I said, yeah, sure. I can give you a call in like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. If you give me your email, I'll send you a calendar link. And he goes, oh, you just call me on here, on this platform.
True. Yeah.
So I called him up. Unfortunately, he couldn't afford us, but it's just incredible. It seems to me like the norms, you know, you can just call somebody, you know, it's ridiculous.
Awesome.
Awesome.
No, this is really interesting. And yeah, I'm curious. Maybe this, I mean, you got already one client there, so keep on going. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, so I'll have to keep you informed on that one. Yeah, what else has been new in the agency, Seb?
I'm just thinking. I mean, like I'm mainly focusing now on the processes to optimize them better. Mainly the onboarding process. This is still like something that I'm not fully happy with it. So this is like what we want to optimize. So we still do our proposals in PowerPoint, which I don't want to do. So we want to use like a software like Proposify or make better proposals and so on. Also to track when somebody clicks on it, how long did he scroll through the proposal and so on. So we are currently in this stage. This is something what we are doing. What else are we doing these days? I mean, lots of clients work, lots of new clients that we need to onboard. So there's always something going on. And we have this, I don't know if I told you, we have this every 2 weeks, we have like a learning session with the team. So the last thing was Webflow.
Nice.
With Geo, where she introduced Webflow to the team. And next week we will have Facebook. I mean, Facebook ads, because Facebook everybody is almost using or is now stopping to use. And after that, it's my turn with Excel for the team.
Excel, interesting.
Yeah, what we figured out is that the skills can be improved from our team in accordance to Excel, and also, for example, with Outlook. So this is like something that I see quite often. People come, start a new job. They have never worked with Outlook or with
calendar.
Yeah, and then they are, how do I create an event or an invitation? How do I send an invitation? Yeah, you need not to send it like it blocks my calendar and so on, and tricks like this. So there are things to learn, and I think I'm old. I don't know how to use these things, and they must know everything, but it's the other way. The old guys shows them how it's done, you know. How did you do this? I have just magic hands.
The magic agency ads.
Yeah, the magic agency ads. Exactly.
What's the importance of getting your team to do, like, because obviously Webflow is such a big tool, right? So I imagine they can't all learn it in one session with your employee Geo.
It's just an introduction, you know. I want that the team learns more what the others are doing, about what tools they are using to get more broad knowledge. And it's also a nice event. So we have at the end a quiz. So they prepare a quiz then in Google Forms, and who wins will do the next team event, you know.
Nice.
The next learning event.
Cool. So actually the design team learning a little bit about Facebook ads is helpful because it will help them with their work, I guess, but they also understand what you're doing for clients a little bit more as well.
Yeah,
right?
They can also ask some questions, and we can discuss maybe some things according to this, or we can take a client for this. So we also do some shadowing, for example, for work. Like if one of us is, for example, Alex, he says, yeah, I will set a new Google Ads account up with Tag Manager. Who wants to join me to see what I'm doing, let me know. And then he shares the link and somebody can hop on and see what he's doing to learn something, you know?
Very nice. Yeah. So it allows your employees actually to increase their skills as well then.
Yes, their skills, or maybe they say, I'm curious how this works. I want to learn more, because I have really young guys here in the office and they don't want to do Facebook ads for their entire life, maybe. And that's something where they can see what is around, you know?
There's some, I think, like especially younger people who potentially are just starting their agency or just starting up, or have just got new employees. They're a bit of a younger stage. Why would you say it's important for an agency owner to invest in his staff learning when like I'm going to play the bad cop situation, right? Like,
Okay.
why should I invest in my staff, Seb, when they could just be earning me money working for the client, you know?
Good question. I think, yeah, you can try this, and then you let the new guys come in, and maybe you do this a few years, and then you figure out, somehow I don't keep the knowledge in my agency. Somehow I start, it's like in a wheel. I'm starting from the beginning, like I'm a hamster wheel. It's, I think the most valuable assets in the company are the employees. So therefore you need to train them. You need to listen to them and see how can you work, how does their goals fit together with the company, and how can they develop themselves together with the company. Because if the employees are growing, the company is growing. I see this, that works together, you know, and happy employees won't leave your company, and they will be productive.
Nice.
So all in all together, this is like what you want to have. And yeah.
Do you think it helps to retain, like it's easier to retain staff as well when you're investing in their education, because they feel like I'm learning?
Of course, I mean, in general, if they feel here they'd like to come here to every day, then they want to stay here in this company, even if maybe other companies give them a bit more, but they have stricter rules, or they don't have such a flexible schedule or something like this. So they are, and we are in really competitive markets. I mean, everywhere you look, especially in IT, also marketing, there are lots of positions open, and companies are looking for that. So you have to keep your employees in the company, and also to keep the knowledge. I mean, if somebody has done Google Ads, they have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And then you start from the beginning to learn this person, what we have done so far. It's really hard. So the goal is, of course, to grow together with them and the company.
Do you again, I'm going to play the bad agency owner.
Yeah, you are wearing already black, everything in black.
Black. I've got the hat on. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready. So bad agency owner says, that's great, Seb, and I've invested. I'm investing money in them, but what if they leave? Then I've just wasted all my money investing training and stuff into somebody who.
I would say invest smart. Yeah. I mean, I have invested in some platforms, cxl.com, this university, for example, what we are using as a team to learn from it. And so what, then an employee leaves, then another employee can also do this course, you know?
Sure. Nice.
Of course, there might be things like when we say NLP or personal development that you invested, but I don't think, or you can also keep it. I mean, if it's like a really expensive course, you can also say, at least you have to stay 1 year in the company. If not, you pay 50% back or something. This is also what you could do in order that you say, hey, it's not like a financial, the only costs involved in this development. But I don't see this like as a risk for you as a company owner. I think what you can gain from it is much higher than what you can lose from this.
I agree.
And it's also a mentality of fear. When you always have the fear that employees leave you, then you're not confident that you are the right. I mean, that the employees feel happy in your company.
I think it's about like that mutual trust, right? Like you got to trust them enough, because I think if you don't, then your actions will start to change based on how you talk to them, and you'll always be in a place of fear rather than a place of like strength and courage and excitement.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Yeah, I mean, it's incredible topics this time around. Is there anything else you'd like to share with everybody, Seb?
I don't know. I don't have anything else that comes to my mind. Do you have something you want to share from this or the past week? How was it going
I
for
just
your
want to
business?
say, I just want to say to everybody that if you're not on TikTok right now, I think my story at the beginning is just a massive like point of the platform is really booming. I think enough people tell you about TikTok, TikTok this, TikTok that, TikTok this, and I think the one thing I want to say is just keep going, even if you haven't found the right kind of format yet that really sticks. Lots of experimentation and just keep trying out. And if you're a website design agency, you can steal mine. So go ahead and do that. Apart from that, though, this has been Harry and Seb Talks. It's our weekly show. Next week, we are hopefully going to have a guest on, so that's very exciting. You'll you'll see. But until then, thank you so much for joining us today. As always, if you could leave a like, that would really help us be shown to more people around the planet, and it's free. If you would also feel like you would like to keep up to date with us, you can subscribe. If you'd like to follow Sebastian, it is RE7 Consulting, as it says on his wall behind him. You can find them on Instagram or LinkedIn, and you can find me, Imaginary Space, on all of the platforms pretty much, and Harry Roper on Instagram if you want to get connected on there. Until then, say thanks, Seb. See you soon.
Yes, thanks a lot. And I'm curious regarding your TikTok journey, where it will go. I'm curious. I will ask you next time when we meet how it is going with your strategy. And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.